large sort of funnel, or you are like a tornado, just bringing that energy down into your body and rotating it down into your hips, all the way to your spine, to your bum, to your right leg and your left leg, kind of like a hula hoop, all the way around your knees and your ankles. And that energy is flowing down, down, down to your ankles, to your toes. And now let's work that energy up all the way to the opposite direction, to the left hip, back to the right hip. We're gonna bring that energy down, up from the toes, up from the ankles. Imagine a swirling hula hoop of energy rotating around your knees, and really visualize that coming around your knees, coming around your hips, your thighs, up, 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 in towards your chest, around your rib cage, up at your shoulder blades, up at your hands. Now you can feel that hula hoop sort of winding around, moving your hands with your hips and hip circles. And now let's waterfall our hands down, down around near our hips. And we're gonna bring our hands behind our backs, and we're gonna bring our hands to our sides, turning our hands forward and coming together, coming under our breasts, around at our shoulders, tucking our hands in on almost like elephant ears, coming up over our head, bringing the light above our head, twisting our hands inwards so that the fingertips face each other, lifting our light to the heaven, lifting our light to the side, down, palms facing forward, facing upwards, at our breasts, down to our hips, and then flipping our hands backwards, and we're bringing the energy behind our backs, down our spines, by our kidneys, down by our buttocks, and then flipping our hands forward, bringing the energy up again, up, tilting our hands outward, and then pouring the energy above us into a nice C shape or circular shape, and then hands around and down and up at our breasts, pouring the energy into both of our chests, both of our lungs, and then down our sides. And this is the candle dance. So again, it's basically lighting up our upper chakras, our upper body, turning on our connection to heaven, to above us, to the universe, taking our energy down, bringing it into our bodies and bringing it into our heart center, bringing that energy into our breasts, down to our hips, magnifying our hips, then to our kidneys and our back by flipping the hands backwards. And this is a pattern that we can repeat over and over and over again. And it's practice. And if you wanted to put 2 LED lights in your hands, just so that you can see that you can keep your hands up or supinated like a cup, like you're holding a cup, so that you can practice this without dropping your candles. And eventually, you get really practice at this. You never, your hands never change that cup formation, and you can keep a lit candle in your hands. But don't start there, because that's dangerous. So this motion is a pattern that we can repeat over and over again. And then we can bring it around. So we have our cupped hands in front of us. We have our cupped hands beside us, and we can then move our hips in a nice circular fashion, and we can move the energy around and behind and around and behind without turning our hands over or accidentally dumping the candle. So just really practice this with as much sort of loving attention to your hands. And I know that could be hard right now, but just really practice that motion.
Yeah, loving the intention. I more like chop them off and start with new ones.
Okay, so just shake your upper body, shake your shoulders, and just relax your upper body. Okay, now let's try something with the hips. We're gonna try Maya, And so you can put your hands on your hips or hands just above your, just on the rib cage. We're gonna take our right hip and we're gonna accelerate the right hip. We're just gonna lift it up and then we're gonna drop it down. So we're gonna lift the hip up and drop it down like it's on a Ferris wheel or it's on a big wheel, and we're turning it. So we lift up and we drop down. And then we're gonna try the left hip. We're gonna lift up with the left hip and drop down. Lift up, drop down. Lift up, drop down. And then we can combine those two motions where we lift up our hips, drop down, and we bend, we're bending our knee. So if I'm going to lift up with my hip, I'm bending with the left knee and I'm lifting up with my left hip, and then I drop it suddenly. Kind of like I'm walking uphill or walking up a set of stairs on my side. And you can imagine that you have two lovely, helpers on either side, so you can keep your hands to the sides. But this is called Maya. It's a Maya step. It's very beautiful and elegant when you do it smoothly, but you have to start kind of like rough and, and choppy at first. And it's the hips that do the work and the feet. Okay, and then let's take little steps, little tiny hip movements. Not as big, a little more subtle. And try to keep the upper body like in one position instead of moving with your hips. Try to keep your upper body quiet. Okay, now roll out the shoulders. Let's give ourselves a big hug, thanking ourselves for just, another morning of beautiful movement, letting energy flow into our bodies, widening our hearts, our chests, and again, hugging our hands into our chest, loving ourselves, thanking our bodies for the work that it does every day, thanking our heart, our brain, our liver, our kidneys, just doing the great work, our immune system, our skeletal system, thanking our bones, our body, our skin, our tissues, just thank you for protecting us. Thank you for giving us our soul, our spirit, a house, a place to dwell. I'm so thankful for this body. And then just, big breath in, relax the shoulders down. And now we're gonna try to curve our spine in sort of an S dimension. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with my hip, but I'm going to lift my right hip up, but I'm going to start with my right shoulder. So it's going to be this movement. So I'm going to start right shoulder up, left breast down, and then right hip down. So it's going to look like an S curve. So right shoulder, left breast, right hip, so that it kind of looks like this. So right shoulder, left breast down, right hip down. So it's a C curve. So start with the C curve and you're just working it down. Kind of like in a roundabout motion. It's just to get our bodies to move in a certain direction. And then try the opposite. So try left shoulder up, right breast down, left hip up. So left shoulder, left breast, right breast, sorry. And what we're just trying to do is trying to squeeze and move the energy around in sort of an oblong or an egg shape. Okay, and so again, I want you to squeeze the shoulder blades together. We're gonna kiss the shoulder blades together. We're gonna put our hands out to the sides in a 45-degree angle, and we're going to say, all is well. All is well. All is well. You can say it in your head. All is well. All is well. All is well. All is well. And I really want you to sort of imagine you're just sort of shaking your breasts forward. You're just really pushing that energy forward. It's just coming out of you. Everything is well. You're healed. Your body is beautiful just as it is. Everything is fine. life is good. You know, whatever you want to say. My body is healed. My hands are perfect. I love my body. All is well and getting better and better and better. Okay, so you really feel that, hey? The shoulders, the heart. Like, now just close your eyes and feel, what does your body feel like inside? Really feel that sort of warm, magnetic, almost like cotton candy or almost like a syrup. It feels so warm and inviting. Like a magnet, like two magnets attracted to one another. Feel that in your heart space. Feel that inside of you, deeply inside of your heart. And really just put your hands near your heart or on your heart. And then I just want you to lift your hands away from your chest and then towards your chest. Feel that magnetism. Away from your chest and then towards your chest. What does it feel like? Can you feel your own energy? Can you feel your own body's aura around it? It's there. It's very subtle. And you're connecting with something higher than yourself. Something greater than yourself that can come into you when you need it to be there. Inspiratu, inspired, inspiration, it's within you. You have this spirit that is free, that can go anywhere, see anything, do anything, and we all own this spirit and we house it in our bodies, our beautiful, feminine, divine bodies. So I just want you to take a moment and just like start with your hands over your head or around your head. And imagine your hands can scan right through your brain. You have just these hands that can go right through your brain and touching everything inside your skull and your skeleton, your mouth, your thyroid, your neck, all the way down to your clavicles, which are those bones on either side of your neck. Then your breasts, your nipples, deep inside your mammary glands, down through your liver, your spleen, your stomach, your intestine, your small intestine, your large intestine, your pelvic rim, your pelvis, your acetabulum, your hip, both hips, your thighs, and you can either imagine yourself going down to your knees and your ankles, or you can go down if you wish. But I'm gonna imagine my hands going down, 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 around my humerus bone, and my fibula, my tibula, those are the bones in your legs, all the way to your ankles, your calcaneus, your ankle bones, your feet, your big toe, all the way down to your baby toe. You have imaginary hands that can reach all the way down and can touch and just sort of scan your body like an MRI machine or an X-ray. And your spirit knows exactly what your body needs to do to heal itself. And so in the spirit of sort of allowing energy to flow, we're going to take and bend at the knees. And we're going to take the energy that was deep within us